Welcome back to Afternoon Live. Our next guest retired at the age of 37, but his work was far from done. He now educates his 1 million social media followers on building their own nest egg. And did I mention he's also giving away $1 million? Here to tell us more, we welcome Chris Sain. Thank you so much for joining us, Chris.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Take me back to the beginning of your story. How did you become so financially savvy that you were able to retire in your 30s? That's incredible.
That's an awesome question. I was an athlete that was always intrigued by how do professionals make all this money in that small window of time, but end up broke 3 to 5 years after their playing career is done. So that was the first thing that kind of put me on the journey of understanding my finances, living within my means, becoming debt free, taking all those steps that you kind of hear about to eventually put yourself in a position to be financially independent. Those were some of the steps that got me to early retirement.
That's amazing. So bring us to the now that you're on this giveaway tour. Are you basically road tripping and finding deserving, incredible people to hand some pretty
Sure.
nice checks to?
I sure am. I'm road tripping. It's kind of like that Undercover Boss awesome show that came out years ago. And so it's been an awesome journey finding gems in all of these wonderful cities to bless individuals, bless organizations and businesses doing the work, but sometimes maybe overlooked and underfunded. And so we've been able to pull up on various entities all over and just sow a seed into their mission and into their work and let them know that we definitely salute what they're doing and that what they're doing does not go unseen.
Right, you're looking for the best of the best people out there doing the good work. It must be so impactful to give them a boost like that just in straight up cash.
It is. It is. It's a boost, but it's also, with a lot of programs being cut and organizations unclear about where funding sources will come from, I can tell it has been a huge help in some of those situations when they might not have known, like, man, we just lost our funding. We had a program, but this got cut. And so your gift came right on time for our summer program or for our youth program or for what we're doing around AI. So it was an on-time blessing for many people, it sounds like.
There's so many people struggling in those ways that you mentioned. Tell me about individual financial literacy and how you decided to take what you learned and put it out there for so many people on YouTube that they can figure things out in their own time as well.
Absolutely. For me, it started with I became debt free. Once I did that, I started just sharing openly and transparently the journey and the steps that we took to become debt free, my wife and I. And so before we know it, we were just simply just talking about the journey, the everyday steps, the cooking your meal versus going out to lunch, um, cutting your hair versus going to the barber shop. Everyday practical things that everyday people could actually do. All of a sudden, I shared that same thing on YouTube, and one comment simply said, in addition to how you live within your means, what do you invest in? Man, I've always been a transparent guy. I opened up my portfolio. I showed them these are the mutual funds and ETFs that I invest in. And I just was walking through, not in a financial advisor type of way, but just showing what I was doing. Like every time I got paid, when I was employed, these are the type of decisions I made. Instead of getting a bonus and spending it, I would invest it. Instead of going out to lunch, like I alluded to earlier, I would invest my lunch money. And so over time and over the course of 10 years, I was able to build a nest egg that allowed me to be financially independent, financially free, on top of being debt free, which allowed me to retire young and early.
Oh my gosh, it's so inspiring. What do you say to people who I think a lot of Americans are feeling this right now? I don't have any money to invest. How can I possibly get started?
Yeah, I often say and encourage get started with what you have. I only started with $250. That is the number I teach about and speak to the most, even on my YouTube channel and to my YouTube community. $250 at least starts to help you practice the habits of what you would do when you all of a sudden get that unexpected lump sum of money, when you get that settlement, when you get that payout for something, when you get that raise. But if you can practice with the little, ultimately the little turns into a lot, but the more you can put in over time after you pay down debt, pay off debt, again adjust how your spending habits are, you can begin to build that number from maybe $250 to $500, from $500 to $600, but taking it a step at a time, so it's not something that's overwhelming, but something that's doable and applicable for most.
It's a great place to start. Chris, thank you so much for spending some time with us and enjoy your journey across the states.
Thanks so much for having us, guys. Thank you for so much for having me.
Oh, of
Take care.
course. Okay, we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.